Welcome to the bonus video for issue 23 of Digital Display Insider. I'm your host, Jerry Teeter, and I'm going to show you today how you can avoid one of the most common mistakes that most operators make when they're starting up their business. Okay, today we're going to talk about how pricing and discounting your price can actually kill your business and how you can avoid that and actually start charging a premium for your business when everybody else is in this game of discounting and the race to the bottom. And so today I want to jump in, and one of the first things I want to talk about is how this theory of discounting your price in order to be competitive and just make it up on volume is such a business killer that it's a trap that you don't want to get into from the beginning. And so I want to give you a different way of looking at things so you can just completely avoid that altogether. Now, I got stuck into this when I first started, just like most people. And as I coach different people and see different operators start up, it's something I see over and over again. And it's that stress of as soon as you buy your truck, you've got it here, you're out there trying to build your business, you need money to make your truck payment, your insurance payments, all these expenses you've got going. And it's so tempting to just take whatever comes in the door at whatever price comes in the door and do them just to get that money coming, because I'm here to tell you just having something come through is going to make you feel like you're actually accomplishing something. But if your jobs aren't profitable over time, just repeating this over and over is going to kill your business. And it's going to create a long-term effect of invisible costs that you just don't want to deal with. And so what I would encourage you to do is come out of the gate with a set of services and a set of pricing that you stick to, and don't discount your price. Don't discount. Whether you're doing an exclusive model or a shared model, especially on the shared model, that daily route that you're running, that is your core business, and that is, you have to protect that pricing with everything, because that's what all your financials are built on. That's what just everything you're doing revolves around you meeting those goals and hitting that. And so you got to protect that. One of the really downfalls of discounting is as soon as you give that customer a price at a lower than what you have advertised for, you've immediately diminished your value. And going forward, they're going to expect to pay that price over and over and over again. And so, even if you say, you're $2,000 normally, today I'm going to give it to you for $1,500. Every time they come back, they're going to expect it for that $1,500. And so it's really hard to get out of that mindset of your customer for them to pay you more down the road. The other thing that it does too is it forces you to have to sell more volume just to get enough money to pay your bills. And so it takes away from other things of growing your business. You get stuck in this sales mode and not be able to actually grow your business. So I just really encourage you to not get in this mode of discounting out of the gate. And again, when you start with a good model and have all that stuff in place up front, you're able to just rely on your pricing and rely on the plan versus having to make these gut decisions in the moment. Now, one of the things that was a huge game changer for me when we were building this model is one of the things I got stuck in is, I had 3 different price levels that I could get customers in, and my goal was to always get as many customers in that top tier package as I could. The problem was every time I would go out and sell it, they were constantly buying at the kind of the middle range, and so either the middle or the bottom entry level one. And it got really frustrating because I really wanted to sell that top package so I didn't have to sell as much. It just, everything we built the business on was on that top tier package. And what I figured out just through different marketing classes and coaches that I hired was framing. It's this concept of framing. And so when a customer would ask me how much does it cost to advertise on your truck, and I would give the entry level price as the starting point and the top level price as the top end, just human behavior and human psychology is they want to be more in that middle. They don't necessarily want to be the cheapest one, but they don't at the same time they don't want to pay the highest price. And so that I was subconsciously forcing my customers into that middle package, and I didn't realize it. And so the thing that was a huge game changer for me was when someone would ask me for a price, I'd still give them that starting point of $1,000, But then I would say I can put together a price for you that, or a package that would be $20,000-$30,000 a month. But most of our customers, they typically land around that $3,500 a month price. Now, when you shock them with that 20 or 30 grand a month, most local businesses don't spend that much money in one particular media, and so by shocking them with that high price first, and then coming down to a much lower price of $3,500, now all of a sudden that sounds like a really good deal that they can afford. And so as soon as I started doing that, almost every single one of the packages I sold was my top tier package. And so it was just such a game changer for us to learn this concept of framing and learn how to work that into the conversation of pricing. So, there's an old sales technique to never be the first one to throw out a price. Well, this gets rid of that because you're giving such a wide range, and then you can reframe them back down to where you want them, that it makes them feel like they're getting the deal that they want, and you're actually getting what you want. So just remember this concept of framing. There's tons of stuff out there on YouTube about it. I learned it from Russell Brunson, and so just lots of information out there about that. Now, the third thing that I want to kind of bring up here is the Rolls-Royce Effect. And so, again, I've always considered in my businesses, I consider our business a premium service, and I never want to be the cheapest or considered the budget or low price. And so, what I have found over my years of doing business is the customers that are always looking for that low cost, they just want the cheapest of everything. They want to get you down on your price. Those almost always are going to be your highest maintenance, most difficult to deal with customers. They're going to be the most demanding. They're going to call you all the time. And the customers that pay a premium are typically the easiest to work with. And especially if you can provide the value that you're promising for the price you're charging, 9 times out of 10, those high-end clients are going to be far more easy to work with than the ones that are always at a budget trying to get the cheapest thing they can from you. And so it's a little bit counterintuitive, but as you're getting going here in your business, I would just encourage you to stick to your prices, don't discount. You're going to get the customers you want to work with, and it's going to be less stressful for you because you're not having to sell as much. You're dealing with a better end client, and everybody wins. And from that point, you can focus on delivering the best service you can for what you're charging. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you have not read the newsletter yet, go back and read it. You can catch all the back issues at digitaldisplayinsider.com. You can also, if you haven't registered to get the emails weekly, we release those every Tuesday. And so go on ahead and sign up to get those every week if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for being a part of our community, and I hope this information is helpful. We will see you next week.